Welcome back for another video. I'm Eharbad, and this is the free-to-play challenge series for 2023. We are in Doom Tower Hard Rotation 2. And for the final countdown, can we do the final, 9 floors plus the boss? So essentially, I've been running 2 different teams throughout this. They're pretty similar, as you can see. 4 components are the same, and just the main kind of crowd control champion swaps between Skaramis and Creedon depending on what is in the wave. Typically I've been using Skaramis for the majority of it, as that gives me a decreased attack and just makes my overall team more survivable. But if we have particularly certain floors that either have means to be provoke immune or require or hard crowd control, like Mortu, Valk, etc. Creedon seems to come in a little bit better there. To be honest, yeah, I don't think it really matters for most waves which one I use, but that is how I'm running it. Here we do have some buffs that would be nice to strip off, so having Creedon's A2 is probably going to come in handy, plus Dark Elhain, so we don't really want to be bringing in freezes. So the way we're going to do this, let's do the first floor together. If it's kind of, the rest of the floors are carbon copy of that, so we'll go in and try and get the stuns off with Syl. I'm actually not going to use my provoke. I'll get that decrease attack out instead. We should be able to take a hit, won't be much of an issue. And then we'll come in with the provokes thereafter. And that's pretty much how I've been running it. So most of the floors I was able to full auto until maybe like floor 90 plus. And then I had to start doing a bit of semi-manual. Essentially, I just want to make sure that I get back to my abilities for the second wave, back to the abilities again for the third wave. So yeah, it's just kind of managing the fight a bit. And the amount of kind of this wave is going to be quite quick. So usually I would say it's taken me 2 cycles. So I'll do 2 sets of poisons from Theodore, 2 sets of buffs from Razelvarg. But because these are all attack based, I think we're going to kill them a bit quicker. So let's just see if we can get away with not using our abilities now. We're going to go after this Rotos right there, and we'll go for the same Rotos. He should die now to poisons. We'll go for that Rotos. Our Grave Chill. Those 2 Roti should die by themselves. Plural for Rotos. Anyway, yeah, there you go. The first one done. Oh, we do have Siphi Rotos. This is always a bit of a pain. We need to make sure we are controlling the Siphi. We obviously can't crowd control Rotos, which is a bit of an annoyance that we did not get the stun. That is actually a problem, so we're going to have to use the provoke, which is really suboptimal. But we should be able to survive the 2 hits from Rotos. We've got our shields, and should be okay. It's really just, can we kill this Siphi before Siphi becomes uncontrolled? And the fact that we had to use our buff, both of our crowd control abilities, was a bit of a pain. This time we did get the stun off, managed to cycle back from Syl pretty quickly. We're getting there. Yeah, we just need to, bit of luck. We just need to kill the Siphi. And we've obviously got Syl to revive if Razelvarg goes down. Just keep going after the Siphi. Buff ourselves again. At this point, I'm going to drop the turn meter on Siphi. Poison up again. Buff ourselves. That will help us survive a hit. These champions doing quite big damage. Let's get the provoke. That's a pain. Like just extra turn after extra turn. Go for Theodore. Sun's off again. Damage almost there with the Siphi. Pain. These extra turns are just killing us. I think Siphi's now dead. Now we're in a slightly better position. At least crowd control. Try and get drop turn meter on Rotos. Try and get stuns out. Buff ourselves. Get the provokes. I think we now should be in a position. We've got to get a go for the Theodore. Another extra turn. This Rotos here has been insane. Like, the procking of the extra turn. It's not even meant to be that high a percentage chance on that A1. Madness. Let's get poisons going. But TM drop at just about surviving. It's going to be difficult for us, though, at this point. We're still dying too fast to be able to revive. Try and get stuns. Again, we don't succeed. We'll buff ourselves. We'll just A1. And depends what wave 3 is. This is really annoying. You're dead. We can revive Razelvarg. A1. Won't have his ability, and we will be going in. One man down by the looks of it. I think we're going to have to buff ourselves and try. Yeah, damn. But at least we've got our A3 back. Get the poisons out. We can try and get some stuns off. And now at this point, we hopefully will cycle back round. Get the revive off. Survive this hit, hopefully. Got the revive. We can revive our champion. Oh, this floor has been a bit of a mess. We need to make sure we do something about Gorgorab. And lost. Theodore. Provoke. Probably would have been nice to stun, actually. To be honest, I think I'm just going to stun as well and hope we get some extra turns. I'm kind of at risk of not surviving. We've taken a pounding on this wave. But I think we're just about going to make it through. It's not been smooth, that's for sure. Go for the stuns again. And now we can do the revive and we hit auto. Oh, that was a rough floor. That was definitely a rough floor. But that's essentially how I manage them. That was much more manual than most of the other floors have been. Most of the time I'm able to kind of hit auto, get them down to, say 30% health. Then I take it off auto, manage the rest of the wave until I have my skills off cooldown. And between Razelvarg making me go fast, Skaramis and Syl, I tend to have pretty much 100% uptime on the crowd control. So I will catch you later, either the next wave that has kind of problems, or if there are no more waves that have issues for me, I'll see you at the boss. Well, we got through 112 pretty easily, and then we're at 113. This was like quite a tricky wave with 2 bad L's and 3 blood gorge. That's a tricky one. We've got to make sure that the bad L's aren't able to cleanse. Blood gorge can block revive, can put our skills on cooldown. Yeah, this is I could see this one requiring a couple of attempts, to be honest. I've already burned both my crowd control abilities, and now the bad L's are going to cleanse, basically. And then here goes our skills on cooldown. Yeah, might need to think of something different for this wave. Not sure. At least we haven't let them block revive yet, so we'll keep plugging away for the time being. And there's block revive. Okay. Tricky wave. What is our best bet at something like this? We could potentially try the Creedon. We could give the Creedon team a go. Problem is, both Creedon and Scramis are magic, and actually so is Syl. So that's kind of the issue, is that all three of my crowd control options are magic, and here we have a full force wave. Putting my skills on cooldown is pain. Creedon kind of manages to work irrespective, but if Syl's stun is now on cooldown, that is a problem. Purely because we missed one CC on one of the Blood Gorged. That was enough. Now we're taking all the cooldown, and then we get the Decapitate. Yeah, so we have a couple of options. Could try 3 crowd controllers. I could potentially drop Brobney and bring in Newt to be these. Then we have an A1 freeze. We lose a bit of our tankiness, a bit of our survivability, but we'll try and go for the 100% crowd control. Still bring in Creedon. We'll still bring in Razelvarg, although, to be honest, Razelvarg could be the one I drop otherwise. So what I would say initially is we at least want to get 4 out of 5 freezes. Anything less is just not really going to work. Then the one remaining uncrowd controlled champion, we can just go A1 with Newt. Try and get the freeze back. Didn't work. We cycle back round to Syl. Go stuns. Proving a bit of a pain. Able to crowd control better than that. That probably is not the right route. We can try Scramis instead in bot. Wherever he's hiding, let's just go by recently used. Easier, Scramis, and then Creedon. There we go. I thought we'd drop more TM than we seem to be. So let's go for the freeze again. 2 of them managed to get out of it. Let's go for Syl's stun, see if we can get the other 2. We did. And then we'll provoke the next round. Go Bell. Like, they're fast as well. You can see these turn meters are rapid. And we had a resist there. That's a bit of a problem. See if we can get the freeze. We do. Decrease defense on the A1 like that. By hard crowd control is definitely the better route. Let's see if we 5. And this is rough. This is rough. We're kind of still in it at the moment. Let's go for stuns. We're quite away from having our crowd control abilities. Adels are both rolled at the moment. Try and drop turn meter where we can. Decrease buff duration where we can. Blood Gorged there. Didn't get the freeze. Yeah, this is tough. This is tough. As soon as they get their decreased cooldown stuff going, real problem. They're even worse than the bad elves. Because then they're going to decapitate. 0 freezes there. All my skills are on long cooldowns now. Another cleanse. More cooldown. Oof. Yeah. Okay. And the revives getting blocked. But I think you're going to have to give me a few minutes and we'll cycle back once I've actually found a way to deal with it. We might have found the solution, which is actually Husk, basically. gives me another way of crowd controlling. And with the A1 provoke, that is pretty handy. Let's go freeze. Also, all of our crowd control is now hard crowd control, so we're not taking any damage, which it seems to be a little bit better. But yeah, I know Husk's A2 isn't super consistent, but the A1 paired with, Creedon's A1, which is pretty good. So we've got 2 A1 kind of crowd control additional abilities, plus 3 AoE crowd control abilities. And the other change I made was I actually been opening with Theodore's A1 to get the decreased speeds out first. And that's actually been massively important. Now we're just trying to see if we can get through with our skills off cooldown. And we have no bad Ls here. That should make our life a bit easier. Let's see if we get some decent freezes off. We'll go again for the decreased speed. Only got 2 out. Well, 3 now with Syl, and then the provokes coming in handy once more. So yeah, I tried a few times with my triple magic crowd control comp, but it wasn't really working. Let's try and get the provoke off again. Go for it. We actually need to make sure we keep control of this Scartosis. Actually, that's another annoyance of a champion right there. Let's see if we can cycle back round. Try and reduce. Let's go for a stun. Ooh, that's nice, actually. We got pretty good stuns overall. We can increase our speed with Creedon instead. Now we back to needing to crowd control this Scartosis. We can go for freezes again. Okay, there we go. I think, touch wood, I don't know what's in the next wave, to be honest, but touch wood, we should be through this floor now. Oh, it's been pretty rough, but Husk came in and did the job. That was the solution we needed. Essentially, a non-magic form of CC. I think we did use Husk on the odd floor in the last rotation as well. So it's not like it's a brand new strat, but sometimes you just need to tweak things up. Let's see what the final floor wave. Well, I can't even speak today. The final wave of this floor is, and there's another Scartosis. That's the main concern. Let's see how many freezes we get off. Not too many. I'm not so worried about this champion over here. So as long as we can crowd control the Husk, should be just about okay. I'll probably try and get the freeze off on the Husk as well. Scartosis is a bit of a pain. We need to try and get some stuns out now. Let's see if we get lucky. Oh, we do. Look at that. That's nice. At this point, I think I'm going to put some damage into their Husk and try and freeze him as well. Yeah, I think this floor will be done, basically. Touch wood. Like, we really shouldn't lose now. Get the stun off as well from Husk, and then the freezes. Things are looking quite nicely controlled. I'll force click the Scartosis, make sure we keep him controlled, and I think that is the floor cleared. Oh, that was tough. Okay, I'll see you again a little bit later in the video. Right, one quick little comment here. This floor had just loads and loads of Urosts. We had Urost in the lead, wave 1, 2 of them, 3 Urost in wave 2, and another Urost in wave 3. And my solution to get over the increased resistance from the Urost resistance aura was to put Theodore in lead. That gave me just the extra bit of accuracy I needed to kind of be able to consistently crowd control them. So, and there's my 300 energy that I'm going to reinvest into that Dungeon Divers. That should hopefully get me pretty close to being done with that without having to use many more refills beyond. Floor 115. Let's give it a go. We'll go back to the Razelvarg lead. Prefer to have the aura. We do see a Siffy here, which means we can't use Creedon. So we're going to have to go to the Skaramis composition. Oh no, not these stupid Harvest Jack taking away my buffs. Such a pain. Anyway, we get the block debuffs out. And let's see if we can just keep them. We need to keep them basically hard crowd controlled. Right, on to the third wave on this floor. It's actually been really tough. Let's hope we get some decreased speeds out. We didn't. Hope we get some stuns. We didn't. I'm not going to have to use Provoke. Rough. I'm going to hold off using Brogni's A3. See if we can somehow control at least the Siffy. But I don't see how, to be honest. So we're probably going to have to accept buffing up. Buff ourselves. Buff ourselves again. Explode and extend the duration of the debuffs. Now we'll try and reduce the duration of their buffs. But we can't provoke anyone yet, so let's just Siffy. And focus fire on the Siffy. I'll just take one. Again, I can't debuff anyone, so there's no abilities. I can strip some buffs though. Block debuffs, it mostly wasn't. Lord of Terror, that's kind of annoying. I'm going to risk it, and we managed to, and I'm going to go for the stuns, even though Siffy won't be stunned. At least if I can get some of the rest of them controlled. Now, I should be in a good spot at this point. Let's try and decrease speed there. Let's go for a stun again. And let's go for a poison explosion. There we go. We did it. It wasn't too terrible. It also wasn't that easy. It was not easy. These floors are getting considerably harder. The amount of opportunity to auto is near zero. But I'll keep on pushing. This 118 floor actually took me 2 attempts. This third wave was pretty tricky. I ended up swapping out Skaramis for Creedon and that extra bit of crowd control. There was no Siffy, no Dark Elhane, so Freeze was safe to use. But yeah, that was a tough floor. Let me just show you what the final wave was. So we had an Enethway with block revive, a Xavier with a block revive, Brisk, obviously, Arbiter. But actually, the one that got me was Cillian the Lucky, who managed to completely AoE block me. He got out of crowd control once. I think because Skaramis got killed during the provoke, which meant Cillian the last to go was no longer crowd controlled. AoE blocked my skills, and then it was good. Good game over. Anyway, floor 119. Can I get it done? I think I'll probably try with the Creedon again. That seemed to be work better. You know, that kind of hard crowd control, take less damage. Although Creedon himself is a lot squishier, at least my build currently, that's a lot squishier than the Skaramis. Skaramis can take a bit of a hit, Creedon cannot. Where's Skaramis? There he is. So we look at Skaramis's build, you can see like nearly 1,000 extra defense. Anyway, let me crack on, try and get this wave done, and I'll see you in the boss. And floor 119 looks to be finally done. I did die once. I just didn't get into wave 3 with my skills off cooldown. Basically because Shazar managed to break free on the second wave and killed Razzlevarg just at the end. So, on to the boss. Now, the first question is actually, what did I end up using on the other fight? So, that was the team I started with. I think we give that a go. It might be that we need to bring in Drexar and Snicktrack. That might be the solution, but Razzlevarg, Brogni, Sill, Stag, and Newt. Let's give that go first. So like that, and then that. Hiding. Oh, there he is. Okay. We've got speed. We got, yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Auto this bit should be fine. I'm expecting that this boss won't die first attempt. That's my overall expectation. But let's see. It's always nice just to go in with a team, see how you get on, and then try and figure out what you're going to need to make it work thereafter. I want all my skills off of cooldown. Obviously, I'll only get one chance to use them, so the stun actually will be fine. I can use that. I'll only have one chance to use them before the boss puts my skills on cooldown, which is why Snick Track and Drex are attractive, because you've got really good passives. The only issue is both of them are nowhere near level 60, and they need to be ranked up. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. But first things first, let's just get through to the boss. Skills off of cooldown. See how it goes. Buff ourselves. Try and get decreased speed. I don't actually know if we can. We probably can't. Where's the passive? Yeah, decreased speed is immune. Let's drop defense and attack. Let's go in for an A3, get the big damage out straight away, buff ourselves. Now, ordinarily, if you're doing a slow comp, I'd recommend going after a guard, allowing him to consume the priest and heal himself. But because I have Newt in the team, and I want Newt's A3 off cooldown, I'm going to go down this approach of trying to kill the guard ASAP, so I can then get back to Newt's A3 and just nuke the boss again. So that's my plan. Forget the slow HP burn approach. Like that's so old now. Let's get the stuns out if we can. That will definitely help. Try and see if we can just get this. There we go. All skills off of cooldown. Buff ourselves once more. What's he gonna do? Attack all enemies. So he's gonna put our skills on cooldown. I'm not gonna be able to hit him with decreased defense up, which is a bit of a shame. So we'll take less damage. Our Newt's not built strong enough to overcome that. We'll try and get a decreased speed on one of these side adds. Go for damage on the boss. He did get the heal, but Newt does more damage than that. So I think we're going to keep going down this path. If I can freeze this side ad, that'll be kind of handy. But yeah, I think it's a bit of a different strategy. It's not what I would normally recommend. We'll see if it works. The problem I'm having right now is I'm not getting decreased attack up. So Stag's proving pretty useless, which is why I think Snick Track will probably come in. I think that will end up being the solution. Let's just keep that TM control in check. Great. We have to go after the priest once more. We are one skill away. He's going to put our enemy skills on cooldown though. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay. Are we going to get any opportunity to buff ourselves and use our abilities before they're all back on cooldown? No, we're not. Okay. So I think we're quite close. I think the things that hurt us, if we have a quick look, Newt was good. I think we'll keep that strategy. I like that. Stag Knight didn't really do anything for us. So I think Snick Track will just be better. But is he going to be built well enough is the answer, and that's no. So can I get away with not using him? Because, you know, we don't want to spend the silver if we could avoid it. I don't have any other form of decrease attack other than Newt himself. Let's try one more time before we resort to using Snake Track and rebuilding. What my thinking is if I toss in Drexar, that will give me a bit more damage from the HP burns, or I bring in Doom Priest, and that will give me a bit more heal. I think overall, I just need to kill that ad faster. I think that's the reality, so I can get back to Newt's ability. I wasn't really getting a good cycle. Poison is the boss is immune to poison, so there's no point trying that. Attack could work. Not really built right for this boss. I mean, we could try Scramis, who can bring a decreased attack. He is built tanky enough. I don't think he's necessarily going to do enough damage. Stag Knight was just a bit too squishy. That was kind of his issue. Theodore could help take down the ads, I guess. But his skills will probably be on cooldown. His A1's a bit useless, to be honest. So we're really looking for someone with a good A1. I'm thinking Husk. Let's give Husk a go. Yeah, the start of the fight was really nice. And I'm trying to avoid going the full tank route. Like I said, I prefer not to use loads of silver if I can avoid it. It might transpire that I can't avoid it, in which case I'm going to have to build Nick Track properly. And problem is, I kind of need some masteries on him and some more levels for this kind of level of content, which is why I'm kind of like, had I just get away with not, yes, it would be much easier. And that's actually why I 6-starred him, was for Griffin and for this boss. But I managed to get through Griffin without using him in the end. So if I can get through Eternal Dragon without using him as well, then why not? Might as well give it a go. A1. Res build for Syl is another option. Let's go max HP. And then we'll buff ourselves, keep ourselves healthy, decrease all of our cooldowns. Let's see if we can kill this side ad that bit quicker. I'm going to go just A1 with boot on someone else because I don't want the freeze. Freeze will reduce my damage. I really want to be hitting this ad quickly. Quicker we do it, the better. He's got enough turn meter that I'm confident that I can hit him now. A1. And again, Oak was a pain. Look, we're taking a lot of damage. We do have our skills off cooldown. Let's buff ourselves. Newt had been provoked. I don't think we're going to cycle back round, are we? Skills back on cooldown. No, we're not. Okay. It was worth a try. Let me build Snick Track properly, which is a shame. Yeah, I don't want to, is the answer. But we need a lot more accuracy than that. But then we have a proposed build. I am stripping off a bit of gear from other champions, and we're going to rank up this chest to 16 speed, please. Oh, it was always a bit of an optimistic thing. 333, we probably will need to banner up to 16 as well. So now we have enough accuracy. I think we have enough speed with the aura from Razelvarg. Obviously, speed glyphs roll the minimum. Always the way. Let's just get a little bit more defense. Also rolls the minimum. Again, let's see what we can get away with. That looks a bit better. We're still quite low on overall survivability, and that's because we don't have that many levels. Let's at least get a few more levels into him. That is now looking a bit better. By not having decreased defense, Nut is now becoming less impactful in his damage. But let's see. We'll just have to kind of see. It might be, as I said before, it might be that we have to swap Newt out. We just don't quite have the gear to support him at the moment, in which case we'll swap Newt out, in for Drexar, and try and get it done that way. If that still doesn't work, it will probably actually be Brogni who gets swapped out, because we're unlikely to be benefiting so much from him. Razelvarg, the beauty of Razelvarg is he basically gets enough speed that he can cycle out and escape the cooldown reduction, but no one else can. And Brogni takes a lot of damage, basically, because he's in Guardian, isn't he? I think he's in Guardian, yeah. Whereas Razelvarg is in Stalwart, which is obviously pretty effective against this boss. Another thing that doesn't help, no masteries on Newt, no masteries on Snicktrack, so we're missing out on a lot of mastery-based damage, which definitely helps on this final boss. So basically, yeah, we're going to give it another couple of goes. If it doesn't work, I'm going to go and have breakfast and return to this later in the day. If it does work, then, we'll have succeeded. So we'll just have to see which it is. I'm wasting the stun. I know my skill is going to get put on cooldown anyway. Without the decreased defense, we do a lot less damage. That's for certain. Try and get the decreased attack out. Didn't work. Annoying. And let's see what approach are we going to take. Let's go for the guard this time instead. Back that old style of killing the guard. We very much need to get decreased attack on the boss, otherwise we're just going to die again, which is what happened last time. HP burn, we like that. One with Razelvarg. See, Razelvarg will cycle back round. Let's try and get the decrease attack. We got it this time. Try and decrease turn meter on that one. Try and get an HP burn over here. There's only one turn away. We need to kill this ad before that happens. And we don't really have enough HP here. Yeah, I think we're going to probably need to do something slightly different. But let's see if we get this kill. We didn't. He's going to rage. Don't know why he didn't enrage. He killed us anyway. And yeah, so now we're going for the slower, tankier approach. And we'll see how this one goes for us. Right, what can we get done? That was a mistake. I meant to be going after the ad here. Need to get decreased attack on. We didn't succeed. Yeah. We do at least have HP burnout now. Let's go try and get a burn on someone that's got higher skills. Drexar isn't booked. So my worry with this approach is we're just not going to have enough damage. I'm getting decreased attack on the boss a bit better. Do now have the cleanse. But yeah, I don't think we have enough damage. I think we need masteries. Like, we're trying to do this with nothing. We're trying to do it so budget that it's all these champions are not fully built. I'm going to give that original team one more go, but this time we're going to try it with Rhonda in place of Brogni, which is a little bit more risky. But my rationale is if we can kill things faster, the operative word, then we can get back round to our abilities faster. Otherwise, the reality is I'm going to have to use some gems for energy, get myself in Minotaur, get that farming of masteries going on Snicktrack and Drexar, because I don't think I'm going to beat the boss in a slow and tanky build unless I have a bit more, my champion's a bit more mastered, a bit more built up. All right, we're doing one more attempt on the original composition before I have that break, as I mentioned, and I'll just leave it farming Minotaur, basically. Using all my relentless procs. Decrease, well, I didn't get the decrease attack, so that's kind of pretty unlucky, but carry on anyway. I'm hoping we'll be able to buff up, but he got that block skills again. We're getting really unlucky with the block skills. Now we got provokes. Oh man. Come on, give us a break. Buff our speed, get 3 up, which just give us the survival we need. Go after this priest. Oh, we're gonna lose loads of people. Yeah, I'm gonna have a break, and we'll come back to it a bit later. It's doable. We will get it done. I'm not sure whether we'll get it done doing the full damage approach. If we do, we need to be smarter about when we're using Brogni's A2 and A3. We might need to assign Newt's masteries. That will probably help, to be honest. Just getting down to that Giant Slayer, I think that will help. Syl in Warmaster for that would help. Stag Knight being a bit tankier would help. That could be the alternative. I feel like we can make it work with these 5 without having to go for the slow, classic, tanky approach. But anyway, let's come back to it a bit later. Right, we're back. I've eaten my breakfast, and I inadvertently / accidentally managed to get it done. So what I did was tweak Nut's build. I actually gave him some masteries, so he now does have Giant Slayer. And I swapped his amulet to give him a bit more crit damage, and his helmet to give him a bit more defense, and also a little bit more crit damage. So we've gone up to 155% crit damage, got a little bit more defense. We lost a couple of speed, but not too much, and the accuracy's fine. We don't really use him in this fight for any debuffs. And then everyone else just stayed the same, and we end up getting the job done. I will show you the screenshot here of the run finishing. Got the avatar. Pretty quick run in the end, only 49 turns. Let's jump in and try and recreate it. Let me get you through to the boss, and I'll see you there in a second. Right, and through we are to the boss. We buff ourselves. Just A1 with Syl, drop defense and attack. Buff ourselves with Brogni, and then go in for the A3, which now does a bit more damage overall. But not a lot, but a little bit. Enough to be impactful. We're going to go again after the priest. So we want to reset Newt's ability. Should be okay there. Smite will help. That'll also help us kill these side ads. Keep going on the priest. With Newt, I'm not going to go after the priest. I don't want to get him frozen. So I'll probably just go for the boss, see if we get some Giant Slayer procs. And then now the ad is down. We can go in and buff ourselves. Here, now the difference is, this happened last time as well, and I'll just go in with an A2, so I'm going to clean those off. Here, we will actually cycle back round, so I'll get his A2 up, get the weaken on. We'll now drop defense and weaken. We'll then come back round to Brogni to buff ourselves. Go in on the boss, and then we should come back to Newt. Oh, we didn't this time. Shame. Last time Newt came back in, I managed to just cycle round in time to get Newt's A3 off and obviously chunk down the boss. But it didn't happen this time. I still think we're in a good position overall. But yeah, so the slight change was I used Brogni's A2 to clean off the block cooldown skills instead of using his A3. The big change, getting that counter attack on the freeze is quite nice as well. We'll just go again, Giant Slayer on the the main boss hoped to get something. I don't like having these decreased defenses. They really don't help us at all. Would have been nice to have decrease attack there, but we didn't have it available. Not looking that good right now, but we'll just carry on. But you can see how it can work. After the boss there, go after the priest. Buff ourselves. Go for the priest. Burn is on. Drop the turn meter of this side ad here. Go for the priest. I think we're going to fail this one, to be honest. But you can see how close it was. Through to the boss once more. Buff ourselves. 1, decrease defense and attack. Buff ourselves with Brogni. A3 with Newt. Here. Didn't manage to get the Brimstone proc on the priest. I kind of want the HP burn on someone else. I think we just have to keep using everyone. A1 on the priest, make sure. Problem though with with the Newt, I'm going to go over there. A1. I think we might even have the stun up now. Nice if we'd got a stun on that ad. Have our skills off of cooldown. I don't think we're going to cycle back round, however. Let's cleanse. Let's go in with the Newt A3. Let's get the stun. Try and drop defense and attack. Buff ourselves. Hopefully we get back around to Brogni to buff ourselves again before we take this really big hit. Didn't. It's basically taking that hit with the decreased defense. That's what gets us. If we'd just got that stun from Syl, we wouldn't have. Basically. It's these hits here that just basically ruin the run. Just can't heal up fast enough, but we're chunking down the damage, like absolutely ripping apart the boss. Buff ourselves. We can get around and use our abilities. Yeah, that would probably. We can just slip in, basically. And yeah, we do get that. That will kind of protect us. Keep going after this priest here. Still got some time on the consumption. Kind of want to get this priest killed now. Next turn. Priest dead. Buff ourselves. Buff ourselves. Can't take those debuffs now. Try and get the stuns. A1. And then Newt should come in. Chunk it down. Not as clean as the first run where I won it. But there you go. Job done. In the bag. Doom Tower 2 hard cleared. It's not going to be full auto. It's not going to be my farming floor. But to end this video, because I do want to show it actually, this is my farming team. Should work just the same now that I've tweaked Newt. Let's just put it on auto. It's a pretty quick run. Takes about a minute and a half. Full auto. I don't know exactly how consistent it is yet. I only tweaked it yesterday and it worked all the runs that it did. But even if it's like 60-70% success rate. It's a fast run. We lose nothing by failing a run. There's no energy cost. So I'm not worried about having a perfectly 100% team. Having it quick and reasonably consistent, just get the silver keys done. That's good enough for me. So everyone on the boss stage is opening with their A1, which actually, having watched it back now, isn't that important. Because only Razelvarg is going before the boss. So Razelvarg needs to open with the A1, but the others, not so much. I could probably get Brogni then to open with his A3, and that would actually probably make this an even better run. The benefit of watching your runs means you can actually optimize them. I just set the AI based on what I expected, but my rationale was that my team would probably go first. But, they don't. Anyway, new fastest run with that tweaked and improved nut build. What a G unit he is. The G nut. Let's just quickly go by recently used. I want to show you just quickly the builds that we've been using so far. Razelvarg still on the clan boss build in Stalwart. Pretty good effective HP. Skills are done. Masteries down to War Master. Then if we jump over to Brogni, also in this clan boss build with Guardian set, good effective HP, not a lot else going on in the build. The skills are booked. On the A1, there's missing one, and we're down to Giant Slayer, and we have things like Master Hexer for the HP burn. Newt in this build here, 100% crit rate, 150 crit damage, which seems to be enough once I got decreased defense out there. 330 accuracy, a tiny bit light for using him in like Dark Fae and top end Scarab, but it's not too bad. It's like on the cusp. We can always find a way of adding a bit more accuracy, particularly actually the best if I ever get it to the 5th and 6th star Ascension. That will be what I do. The skills are booked, Blessing not yet set, and now Masteries, we actually have Giant Slayer. I'll probably go down the support tree as being kind of optimum for Fire Knight. There's an argument to go down the defense tree, but I think support tree is better overall. Syl in Relentless with a speed set, very good effective HP, pretty quick, decent accuracy, not bothered about the damage. Skills, the A2 and A3 are booked, A1 lacking, and Masteries, Fearsome Presence, which is proving massive for Doom Tower waves. That's been super important. Stag Knight in this build, a little bit light on effective HP. I have tried to build quite a bit of damage into him. You could see in that Eternal Dragon run, he actually was doing decent damage. He does have quite nice multipliers. Having the 2-star Blessing, 400 bonus attack is pretty damn good. Is in Phantom Touch, which gives the extra attack and some extra damage as well. In terms of masteries, down to War Master. Right, so let's just quickly go into this team preset on Griffin. And we can say, well, if it's wave 3, we actually can open with that. Let's just turn it off elsewhere to make sure we actually have it. Stag Knight can, in fact, open with Huntmaster. And Newt, yeah, that's fine for Newt. At this point, see if it's even quicker than the last one. The waves are a bit, whatever. It'd be nice if we had a way of getting through the waves even quicker, but it's fine. Like wave 1 goes quite quick, and then wave 2, everyone's trying to conserve their cooldowns to make sure we get through to the boss with our abilities. Potentially, I could tweak it such that Stag Knight uses his A2 as an opener on the second waves and doesn't use it on the first wave. That's possible. We could look at doing something like that. But does it really matter? Not really. Let's be honest. Potentially, I could also use Razelvarg's A2 here and disable that on the first wave. So there's probably a way of kind of tweaking it such that we get similar overall success either way. The other thing is potentially I should open with Brogni's A2 to clear off the stuns. I mean, there's so many options in terms of how to tweak it, but will it actually make it faster? Does it even matter? I mean, this might not have even made it quicker, to be honest. Our attempts to be faster, I'm not sure if they'll even have succeeded. We're just waiting to get round to Nut A3 once more at this point. I think might be up now. Chunk down the boss. We didn't have Stag Knight's A2. So actually, it worked better before I even messed around with the preset. The original preset was better. Excess tweaking wasn't required. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video there. It's been a super long video, but I hope it's been interesting. You've been with me through the journey. You've enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.